Welcome, everyone. Welcome, one and all. Who are Sandfall Interactive? I feel like I should know who Sandfall Interactive are. Welcome, everyone. Hello, Scoot. Hey, Tara. Hey, Chuzu Adam. Hey, The Nautical Menace. How are we all doing? We're a little early. This isn't kicking off for another half hour or so, but if I didn't start streaming now, I would just be sat around waiting for when it would be time to start streaming, so I thought I might as well start streaming. We could hang out. Hang out with some Doom Eternal soundtrack going. Have a nice little chill while we wait for Xbox to start doing their thing. Hey, Dream Forager. Hey, Inner World. Hey, Gumba Master. How goes, everyone? Hey, Genevieve Graves. I'm doing good today. Also, let me know if the Doom soundtrack's a good volume or not. Did you do a bingo card, or is there no point? I've got a tab for it, and we might do a bingo card. I'm not going to rush to do it. At most, we're going to have, like, 1 or 2 surprises. Like, most of it, I think, would be Doom. Like, the release date for Doom, The Dark Age is leaked already, so we're probably going to see that. We might get a if we do a bingo card, it's probably going to be a small one, and we'll probably have to get quite specific, like trying to guess what South of Midnight's release date is, like 2 or 3 guesses of what the question mark could be, but there's not the most point to it today, but we'll see. We might do a little one, just for fun. How's my day been? I published a new Aurora Muska Wandering Sun video. I edited another episode of upcoming cool secret board game accessibility project that's like probably like a month away from happening. But like 2.5 thirds of the way through making that project, and that's pretty cool. Hopefully they talk about Fable. I would like to see it, but I think Fable's probably going to be in like June. I think it's like Summer Game Fest era. Like, I think we get a big Xbox presentation in the summer, and that's probably when we hear more about Fable. Finished making another AA episode for tomorrow about the Switch 2. There may be at least a couple of images of this mock-up Switch 2 in tomorrow's AA video. And it's relevant, it's important. Hey, Echo. Yeah, what does Sandfall Interactive do? I feel like I should know what they do. Give me a sec. Who is Sandfall Interactive? What do you make? Expedition 33. Not a game I know. Oh, did I remember to do my tweet that says we're, Did I remember to do my post that says we're going live? No, I didn't. That's fine, I'm doing it now. I remember to do my little social post. I'm curious if we'll see a release date for South of Midnight today. I feel like that game's probably pretty close. Part of me wonders if South of Midnight, and I have no insider info here, part of me wonders whether South of Midnight could end up being like Hi-Fi Rush was a couple of years ago, being like surprisingly, like not necessarily Shadow Drop Tonight quick, but like a And it's coming way sooner than you thought. January, February. Linear narrative, keep you busy Xbox game. Oh, Claire Obscura, yes. Which I've seen a lot of people talking about it on their Fantasy Bingo predictions of good review scores for the year. I don't know much about Claire Obscura other than that there's a lot of hype for it. There's a lot of people who expect it to do well, and I don't know. I'm embarrassed. I don't know much about it. South of Midnight, I am super curious to see how it's coming along. Doom the Dark Ages, I'm no good at first-person shooters. I get motion sick in first person. There's a lot of things going against it, but it looks like everything I want in terms of, like, wild power fantasy. I just want... Put it on easy mode, let everything melt to my bullets, don't make me think about ammo, and let me just... ride a fucking dragon into battle, and I will have a good time. Oh. Oh, Xbox, are you planning to... Are you about to have a soundtrack going, Xbox? You're struggling to load their Xbox. Once I know whether you're loading okay or not, I know whether I can change this tab or not. Seems to be working okay with everybody else. Wow. Okay, what if I go to, like, the Xbox page? And then into it from here. Okay, there we go. Got it. Haha. Neoxon says, place your bets. Will the Switch 2 be mentioned during this presentation? I joked about this earlier today on Discord. I don't think it will. I would love to see, like, an announcement of... there's a rumor that Halo, the Master Chief Collection, is coming to PlayStation and PS5 and Switch 2. I think that's probably real. I think we see that announced during the April Switch 2 Direct and not here. I think any companies that have agreements to be in that Direct in April aren't gonna aren't gonna get the jump on those announcements here. Yes, I read about Earthblade, the new game from the Celeste devs being cancelled. It is a rough story. I feel bad for everyone who worked on that game for... Okay, let me move to a bit that's metal music again and not someone grumbly talking. You know what, we'll try and do a bingo. Neoxon said, Jason Schreier mentioned that Nintendo's early reveal of the Switch 2 was to let third-party partners reveal the games. I might be wrong, but I think what he said was... It is likely that it is so that third-party partners can can reveal their games. I don't know if he said that was like, that is definitely why it happened. I think he talked about his suspicion is that is the case. But I'll say this. I've seen developers talking about the fact they've got Switch 2 games coming. They can now do that, seemingly. But any games that like Nintendo has said, we want to have you as one of our big announcements during the big April Direct, those companies aren't going to announce any Switch 2 games before that Direct, because they want the big all eyes on it, the mutually beneficial situation of they're in the big Switch 2 presentation that everyone's looking for to find out what to play on launch day. Like, whether you technically could announce, a Ubisoft or an Xbox game for Switch 2 right now, I think there is a mutual understanding with a lot of the big publishers of Nintendo wants to do a look how great our third-party support is during that April Direct, and has probably reached out to a lot of the big developers already, and they've gone, cool, yeah, we'll show during the big Direct, therefore, why would we show it before then? I think I think that is very much, yeah, yeah, I think that demo tour as well is, like, a big part of the yeah, I think there's a lot of reasons we're not seeing announcements yet. The BT says, hello, Laura. I heard you were working on the next Forza Horizon as the fuzzy dice manufacturer. The BT, I can talk about at least one thing I'm doing work-wise now that's no longer secret. I am now cognitive accessibility expert for playability. So, ooh, got a fancy title now. Okay, let's do a bingo. Like, I'm gonna try and be specific with these bingo spaces, because there's no point in being vague, because we know, like, the big ticket stuff. So, what was it, May 15th? I think May 15th was the date. I'm gonna say, Doom, May 15. I'm gonna take a gamble on a specific date for Doom. I'm gonna guess a month for South of Midnight. I am gonna put a bet down that South of Midnight's like way closer than we think it is. It's like February. Doom, there was a supposed leak of a release date that went around, and I'm putting my faith that I think that leak was correct, which is why I'm putting the specific date. I think that leak was correct, and it's May 15th. South of Midnight, I've not seen anything, but I'm gonna go. I might tweak this, but for now I'm gonna go South of Midnight in February. I don't think we see Fable. I don't think we see it until June. I don't think we see anything. Maybe. You know what? I'm gonna go March for now. I'm gonna back and forth what month we put. Part of me wants to say Shadow Drop today for South of Midnight. I don't think that's true, but okay. You know what? I'm gonna put some of the rumors of what the question marks are that have done the rounds. I think one of the... Oh, yeah, February is Avowed. Yeah, you're right. Xbox hasn't got anything coming out right now. It could be Shadow Drop. It could just be Shadow Drop. I'm gonna put March. Yeah, what were the rumors doing the rounds? It was it Ninja Gaiden? That was the rumor doing the rounds for, like, a new entry in a beloved Japanese series, and I think someone was rumoring it was Ninja Gaiden. That was one of the things that's the question mark. So for now, I'm gonna put that. Yeah, yeah, Final Fantasy is the other rumor doing the round, and, like, I think FF7, Final Fantasy VII Remake, I think is a very reasonable guess. Or, you know what? For now, I'm gonna put Final Fantasy 16 as well. I think the Final Fantasies that have been stuck on PlayStation coming to Xbox, I think, like, timing's right. But again, here's the problem: is we're already running out of reasonable squares. Because, like, I don't want to put anything that, like, we know is happening. I want to... I don't think we see a Stardew today. You know what? No, we could, look, we could do the no blank spaces. No Stardew. No. Silk Song. No Silk Song. Maybe we change these spaces, but for now I'm putting these here. I think Metaphor... I don't know if they've said... my gut says I think I read somewhere that Metaphor's not getting DLC, that it's just one and done. I might be wrong. No Silk Song should be the free space. Surprise purchase of another studio? I don't think so. I think they'd save that for June. For big presentation. What seems reasonable? Like, what actually seems reasonable today? We're gonna struggle to make a 3x3 grid, honestly. New Elder Scrolls Online content. It's a really fucking boring guess, but you're probably right. We're gonna put ESO for Elder Scrolls Online for now. What song is this? It's something from Doom Eternal. It is. I don't know what the song is. This is just the Doom Eternal OST playing, and I don't know a track name. Nintendo bought us. I fucking love a Nintendo bought us. Probably be a fucking healthy thing for Xbox at this point. I can tell you that if you look up the Doom Eternal soundtrack on the Linfinity Music YouTube channel, this song is whatever's playing at 24 minutes 37 seconds. Oh, actually, I can find out what the song is from the description. This is BFG Division 2020. BFG Division 2020. There you go. Yeah. So someone knows their. Someone in the YouTube chat knows their track names more than I do. Yeah, it is BFG Division. I don't know the track names. I just know it's the big heavy guitars. I don't think we see a crypto scam. Indiana Jones PS5 release date / window. I think that... I might be wrong, but I think that shows up in a state of play. I don't think that shows up here. Maybe... you know what? For now, we put that as the 9th space. We go, Indie... PS5 date. Right now we have a 3x3. We would need 1, 2... Do you reckon we've got 7 more bingo spaces in us? I don't think we have 7 more reasonably plausible bingo spaces. Genevieve Graves, who knew the name of that last track, says, I know the name of one song on the Doom soundtracks. Well, I'm glad it was the one that we needed a name for. Yeah, I think a State of Play presentation in February makes sense, and, like, I could see, like, February State of Play, March Indiana Jones is coming or something. Will we see a sequel to Double Exposure? Certainly not this soon. A new X is an Xbox. Part of me wants to say that, and that we see, like, Nintendo Switch 2 as an Xbox, but again, I think that would be during a fucking Nintendo Direct. Valve game feels too big. I think Valve would want to announce something on their own terms. I don't... Like, I could see them doing something like the Game Awards or Summer Games Fest. I don't think they do so on, like, a single platform's presentation. Yeah, legendary Japanese game, I think, is the Ninja Gaiden rumor. I saw stuff doing the rounds that it might just be a Ninja Gaiden thing. Let me see, has anything else dropped today that's worth paying attention to? I'm having a look, seeing if there's any mutterings about this showcase. There's a lot of stuff doing the rounds about Resident Evil 0 remake in the last 24 hours. And I have no idea if that timing is coincidental timing or not. Silent Hill F and Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 just got rated in South Korea. I don't know if we would see either of those here today. Indie Xbox Sizzle Reel, maybe? Ooh, Metal Gear Solid Delta release date. You know what? MGS Delta date. You know what? We try and fill another 7 spaces. We do a 4x4. Fuck it. I know a 4x4 doesn't give us a free space. It's an awkward size shape to do. You know what? RE0. I'm gonna do my best. Oh, Rachology, I'm glad you're enjoying the speedrunning streams. It's been fun. I'm glad people have been getting on board with me getting back into my silly little speedrunning quest. Anyway, look forward to tomorrow night when I start streaming Babysitting Mama speedruns again with my 3 regional different versions of the game to retake my stupid record. You know what? For now, we put Sizzle. We're gonna put a Sizzle Reel of some kind in there. How about Xbox announces Cookie Mama's coming back to Xbox and all other platforms? Starfield updates. Yeah, timing could make sense for... like, an update on a thing that's already out. Yeah, like... I don't want to pick anything that's, like, too big and interesting, given that we only have, like, 1 question mark slot on that image. Okay, talk me into 3 more. Look, I'm adding enough stuff here that this is not going to go super well, but, like, fuck it, let's at least try. Let's give it a go. Lost Records? I don't know if we see, because they've just announced a delay to the second half of it, which to me says it's not in the state they want it to be in. We know Expedition 33 is coming out, but I don't know enough about that game to... like, I would give it a space, but I think the only reasonable space would be predicting a release date, and I don't know enough about what kind of game it is to know where it... to have a gut feeling where it would fit in Xbox's lineup. The second half of Lost Records is delayed, not the first. No, we have a no Silk Song space on the board. Look, I want to see Double Fine stuff, but I don't think we see that till June. I don't think we see it here. New Rare games on NSO, I think we'd see during a Nintendo Direct. What do I actually believe? Because here's the thing, I don't want to stick anything on here that I don't think is, like, reasonably believable. We've got Elder Scrolls Online, we got ESO. You know what? We do the obvious space. Yeah, so what's the... that one called Expedition 33, is that... oh... something what's the new one that they're doing? Something Obscura? I forget what it's even fucking called. Is it Expedition 33 that we're expecting from Sandfall? Claire Obscure. Obscure release date. And you know what? If I'm gonna pick a date, I think like February is avowed, March. I'm gonna guess March for South of Midnight. March. April. And then May goes into Doom. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put Claire Obscure. I'm gonna put a guess of April. I think that's probably wrong, but I don't know enough to know whether that fits as an April release, if that's that kind of game. But we're gonna make a guess. We're gonna use a space and take some chances. Ooh, that Assassin's Creed launcher that leaked today. Could that be closer? Will we see a game with heavy queerness? I wouldn't put my bets on it, probably. I'm not saying it's impossible, but my gut says that that's... I'm not... I wouldn't hold my breath for it. This is Xbox. It's not out of the question, but it's... I'm not going in like, yes, Xbox Direct. The place where I expect that I will get some good gay content. Okay, we got 10 minutes. We gotta pick 2 more spaces. Ooh, no, GTA 6 is too big for this. No, wouldn't see GTA. Major and Robin, thank you very much for the Prime sub. I just want Gears of War collection for PC. I think it's plausible, but I think it would get announced, like, in the run-up. I think it would get announced closer to Gears of War E-Day happening to, like, make a whole thing of it. Remember, I'm aware that they had a lot of female-led games, but female-led games doesn't mean queer-led games, and I think Xbox is getting better at having a good number of female-led games in their staple. I've yet to see evidence, like, I've yet to see anything that makes me think of Xbox as being like a, in line with a Don't Nod or a BioWare, where I'm like, yes, there will definitely be gay involved, I'm not saying they wouldn't, I'm just saying that's certainly not like a trend that has happened enough times that I would go, yes, that's a repeatable, observable thing happening. Incompetent Hero, thank you very much for the 30 months of sub. Oh, I would love Viva Pinata 3. Please, Viva Pinata 3, please. Xbox doesn't tend to partner with LEGO. Nintendo and PlayStation much better terms with LEGO. Ooh, Sea of Thieves. You know what? Sea of Thieves is always a reasonably safe square. That's always a predictable square. Come on, we got one more square to pick for our kind of wonky bingo. Did you see that Lego One Piece sets are coming? Are they actually coming? Is that, like, actually happening? Or is this, like, when stuff gets posted on the we would like this set to exist page and everyone does news coverage of it as if it's announced? The One Piece is real. It looks like it's actually happening. Looks like. Has it been officially announced by Lego in an official capacity? Or is this like, there's a rumor, or it's on the LEGO Ideas website? Because very often when I hear about this, it's on the LEGO Ideas website, or it's an unsubstantiated rumor. Okay, apparently it's happening. I guess it's happening. They just posted a teaser. Okay. They posted a teaser. So Lego has posted a teaser of One Piece Lego. That's pretty cool. I look forward to seeing what that is. I guess it's probably going to be the crew. I imagine it's going to be a big model of the Going Merry with the crew on, would be my guess. Cool. Apologies for my skepticism. I've been burned more than once of people cropping up in comments or chat to be like, oh my god, have you seen such and such a Lego set? It's real, and it's not in the slightest. I like to double check these things. We need one more. We need one more. What do we put in this last space? One of the spaces just be Todd Howard's face. You know what? I'm gonna put boring, unimpressive new hardware. And what I mean by that is, like, a new color of controller, a new, like, hardware revision that has a slightly different sized hard drive in it. Unimpressive hardware revision. You know what? That's gonna be my... I'm putting that as my final space. Halo for Switch 2, I think it's coming, but I don't think we see it until the April Nintendo Direct. I think this is the bingo card. I think we're gonna... We're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with this as our little bingo card. We're gonna take this as our bingo card, and we're gonna open MS Paint so I can just about mark it off as we go. Give me a sec to crop it and give myself the ability to cross things out on it. Hurrah! Bingo acquired. Well, let me move it up to the other monitor. No, it's not moved to that monitor. Okay, it can hang out here, I guess. That'll do. Should be... Hey, Artisynth. I'm gonna put anime game that appeals directly to me, but nobody else plays on mine, says NK-Man. Yeah, I think Doom's probably the opener. I think Doom is like your easy win opener. Yeah, I want to see what they show of South of Midnight. You know my taste in games. I'm a linear story heavy narrative games person with interesting artsy stuff going on in female leads. You know that I'm squarely the target market for something like South of Midnight. I want to see how that's coming. I deeply want to see that get a release date, because that is a game I plan to play start to finish on Twitch. Like, I plan to make time to stream through that when it comes out. I deeply hope South of Midnight reviews well. Given, like, I think it's a very promising concept. I like a lot of what I see. I am also aware of the previous review scores that development team has gotten, because they were the We Happy Few people, which didn't land terribly great. So I want to see it do well. I want to see how it is received. New Wolfenstein announced? I don't think so until at least after Doom's marketing run is done. Okay, we've got like a minute and a half left. Okay, I'm going to turn off the Doom soundtrack. And we're going to turn on whatever music we have here. There we go. Killy, the Doom release date's the only, like, concrete thing I've seen. I've seen the thing that feels the closest to solid is that the secret game might be Ninja Gaiden, and that we might be seeing some Final Fantasies that didn't come to Xbox coming to Xbox. But other than that, reasonably, you know, there's a reasonable amount of question marks. 20 seconds. looks cool. Let me move this out the way a little tiny bit. Yeah, that's covering a little less in the field of view. These are all in development, so if they don't look good, don't worry. Also, they're all day one on Game Pass, unless they're day negative numbers for people who pay extra. I wouldn't expect this to be a huge showcase. I don't think we see that much today. It's a start of the year show. It's a here's what you're doing in the immediate months, usually, this kind of show. 18 plus makes sense. We're looking at Doom. Yeah, the Xbox's developer directs tend to do, like, studio deep dives quite frequently. Are we okay, so we are now naming it as 4 games. So it's Doom, Clair Obscura, South of Midnight, and allegedly only one other game. I'm curious to see insights to the dev team on South of Midnight. I want to... How do I put this tactfully? I want to see what the makeup of people working on South of Midnight is. Considering I've seen photos of the dev team when they were working on We Happy Few, and I want to see, did their demographics change at all? Fingers crossed. I'm crossing my fingers their demographics have changed a little from the very... Oh, we're starting with whatever the question mark is. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. It was there was an awful lot of white people working on We Happy Few, and I want to see if it's looking a little less overwhelmingly white these days. I mean, yeah, how white and male is it? Team Ninja. Okay, so it probably is Ninja Gaiden. Oh, this implied Xbox publishing. Are Xbox publishing this? So this is not being published by, yeah, Koei Tecmo. One of our flagship action series.
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the Divine
I'll turn this up a little.
Wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a sole ninja. However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained.
So is this Xbox exclusive? They seem to imply this was being Xbox published.
The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against
okay,
chaos
new 3D Ninja Gaiden.
Infiltrated the facility.
Yeah.
Commencing mission.
Platinum Games, Xbox published, Koei Tecmo, Cyberpunk Ninja Gaiden? I'm surprised to see Platinum working on something that isn't for Nintendo, given how Nintendo basically brought them back from the brink of financial collapse and have Platinum's only really made stuff for Nintendo since. Interesting. I mean, Cyberpunk Anime Ninjas developed by Platinum Games is a sentence that I'm very interested in.
This is it. Ryu Hayabusa.
Yeah, okay, this is a bit of a change for Ninja Gaiden.
It ends here.
Question mark. Xbox published stuff is still coming to Nintendo and PlayStation.
Hayabusa.
What
I
if
will execute my mission.
Nintendo has let Xbox publish a Platinum game on the understanding it'll also come to Switch too?
世界中の町人の皆さん、
Okay,
10
okay,
年
we're
以上
doing
大変
numbered.
お
We're
待た
doing
せし
Ninja
ました。
Gaiden 4.
最強の忍者となり、容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション、忍者ガイデン
Yeah,
の
we're doing Ninja Gaiden 4. I thought this was going to be a
忍者ガイデン4
a soft reboot, I really thought.
本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めています。プラチナゲームズさんのアクションゲームというジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、ベヨネッタやニアオートマタなど
You're not
素晴ら
wrong.
しいアクションタイトルを生み出してこられ
Platinum
ました。
games do not need an introduction.
忍者ガイデン4というタイトルを
on
10
their
年以上の
quality.
時を超えて新たに皆様にお届けするにあたり
Squid Superstar says this is Platinum's chance to show if it can do fine without the big names. Yeah, that's the thing. This is a Platinum Games minus Hideki Kamiya because he's gone and headed off to Clover's. Because he's gone back to Capcom, so
彼は今回の物語に密接に関わってきます。なぜヤクモと戦うことになったのか、竜ハヤブサが戦う目的は何なのか、本作の物語の中で展開していきます。
Okay, the rumors were Ninja Gaiden. I wasn't expecting to be this surprised by what I saw of Ninja Gaiden. Did not hear any rumblings that it was Platinum. So will this basically be Platinum's last game? No? Platinum will continue to exist, they just are making stuff without the previous head over there. So we'll see whether Platinum without that one name you've heard of still has the juice. And I mean, looking at this, it looks like Platinum. It doesn't look like it's lost that Platinum sparkle.
これまで忍者ガイデンシリーズで描かれてきたダークでハードな世界観は継承し、そこにさらに危機を感じさせる要素として呪いやより混沌と
Yeah, there's nothing in here that makes me go, this is missing. This doesn't look like Platinum. No, this looks exciting and interesting and novel in all the ways I expect of Platinum.
魔族やヤクモと敵対する勢力がひしめき合う状態になっており、環境全体が
Half Team Ninja, half Platinum. Yeah, but I mean, you can see that Platinum DNA in this. It's... Oh, it's beautiful. But yeah, in stuff like that wall jumping, you can see the Team Ninja DNA. Like, there is some anime bullshit maneuverability options that are very Team Ninja. And I'm like, Team Ninja maneuverability with Platinum Games combat would be a very satisfying combo. Yeah, without the Astral Chain Director as well. But again, Platinum, like, a studio is more than the one or two people there you've heard of. Studios are made up of hundreds of people who know how to do their craft, you know. Like, I'm always dubious of writing a studio off because, well, so-and-so and so-and-so, like, these two or three people that I've heard of left. It's like, well, yeah, but X number of people you've never heard of who were probably very important to it haven't left, you know. I love these designs. Yeah, you see this a lot with like indie studios where like you'll have like a 6-person team make a game and the one person people have heard of is the only person they credit it with. You know, as if like, yeah. Yeah, if this turns out to be like a not a shadow drop, but like a, if this gets a date, because honestly, this is looking pretty polished for a first look. I'm like, is this going to be a surprisingly soon drop? I'd be very excited if it was.
多勢に無勢の状態が長く続く戦況を一気に覆すことができます。もちろん
1対1の戦闘における比率も健在です。
Yeah, you're not wrong that like sometimes there'll be like a TV show or something that will fall apart after because like you know after a single writer you've heard of left.
敵の動きを
But usually that's because
一瞬の隙を逃さず
they were the big picture person behind a narrative that is partially complete, and
忍者ガイデンのアクションの
you know,
さらなる進化を
I think there's a big difference between that and will a Platinum Games game have combat that feels like a Platinum Games game? Yeah, probably, because all the people making the combat system know how to make Platinum Games combat systems. They know how to mechanically make that thing. And they should know how to make it even without the other person.
その中でもしっかりと忍者ガイデンらしさを感じていただけると思います。例えばカラス、ヌエ、2つの型があるという点がヤクモの大きな特徴ですが、それらが持つ多彩な性能のアクションを用いて
AJ says, how's it going? Have we figured out what an Xbox is yet? Ninja Gaiden 4's an Xbox, apparently. By Team Ninja and Platinum, an
ヤクモ
Xbox.
と竜ハヤブサは
Yeah, so we're doing the thing that Platinum's been doing for a while, which is multiple protagonists with multiple different control schemes. We're doing the Devil May Cry 5, the Bayo 3.
そして竜ハヤブサの双方で飛燕、伊豆
We
直
had too many ideas for combats, and now there's multiple characters.
新アクションを織り交ぜた新しい忍者ガイデンにご期待ください。忍者ガイデンシリーズに色濃く残っている歯ごたえやグレードの高いアクション体験の継承、さらに我々プラチナゲームズの特徴であるスピーディーなアクションやダイナミックな演出も取り入れ、進化した正当続編を作り上げるべく総力を挙げて開発を進めております。
容赦ない敵とのいかなる攻防にもフェアに戦える手触りをヤクモでも目指しています。皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
シリーズファンはもちろんのこと、忍者ガイデンを初め
Yeah,
て
see, this is the reason I thought they were going to go for a subtitle, is if they want to get new people in. Like, a number 4 on a game title is a, oh, can I play this if I haven't played the others? Turn off.
4の開発を進めてきましたが、ついに発表することができて非常に嬉しく思います。
Are you giving us a date or a release window? Fall 2025. Okay, it is this year.
続報にもぜひご期待ください。
Is this going to be an Xbox exclusive? It's being Xbox published, but also... Wait, did I just see PS5 on there? I think I saw PS5 on there. One more thing we're excited to announce?
こちらをご覧ください。
Okay, I saw PS5. Was Switch 2 wasn't on there, was it? It'd be cool. Okay, yeah, if this is coming to PS5, I'm quietly like, do we see this, like a port of this shown off in the Nintendo Direct? We getting a remaster of an older... Yeah, it did say PS5. Does anyone recognize, is this one of the past Ninja Gaidens getting a remaster? I'm guessing that's what this is. Ninja Gaiden Black, maybe?
My path leads through the land of the dead.
Were there any that were left out of the remaster? Apparently there were remasters recently. Apparently there was a remaster of Ninja Gaiden Trilogy on PS4 and Xbox. Okay, they were all ported. Is this just like a next-gen patch to the remaster collection, maybe? Ninja Gaiden Black 2?
忍者ガイデン2のオリジナル版は2008年に
yeah. Sorry, Ninja Gaiden 2. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden Black. Sorry, for a second I thought they were Ninja Gaiden Black sequel. My brain took me a second to put that together. Okay, so this is like a specifically a UE5 remake of like a remake of Ninja Gaiden Black. Okay. Yeah, I've played Ninja Gaidens, but they're all a blur in my head. I couldn't tell you one from the other. What was that? You can download it on PC and Xbox today? Did that say today? Out today. Okay. Okay, that's a shadow drop, I
今
guess.
年はチーム忍者創立30周年の節目であり、本日発表させていただいた忍者ガイデンスを含め、2025年は忍者の年
2025 will be the year of the ninja.
となります。ぜひ忍者ガイデンシリ
You
ーズ
know
の
what?
展開に
That's a
ご
cool
注目
shadow
ください。
drop,
本
honestly.
日はあ
That's
りがとうござい
that's
ました。
that's pretty neat. Plus bonus Ninja Gaiden Black today. Okay, I really thought we were going to start on Doom. On Doom Eternal. Okay. Okay. To my comments about what are we going to see about the makeup of the dev team, I don't think it's a surprise that a black woman was the very first person on the dev team we see, which is good. That's what I want to be seeing. Show me a studio that has a lot of women and people of color in it. That's what I want to see.
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada. At our studio, we care about world building, and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own.
I want to turn this up.
From the
again.
magical noir of contrast to the alternate history of We Happy Few, we draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue. For South of Midnight, our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life. This gave us a chance to explore Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist. So while
I
our
love the
protagonist
soundtrack
Hazel is at the
of this.
forefront of our story, it's the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
It is really picking up out there. Did you pack everything?
Mama, this ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the...
Flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shoot, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
Won't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right now.
I'm just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Hazel!
Oh, no!
Hazel!
Hazel may start her journey as a typical 19-year-old, but disastrous events will push her into a darkly magical world where she'll learn who she really is and how to tap into weaving, an ancient magical power that redefines her trajectory in life.
The land itself chooses Hazel as a weaver. Someone who can see beyond the surface and tap into a deeper reality, the grand tapestry. Weavers can see the fabric binding our world, connecting people, nature, and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands and stigmas in the world. Through her newfound power, she reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures she encounters.
As Hazel discovers her power, the world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from the old folktales actually exist.
You up here, my salvation.
Among them is good old Catfish, the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
It ain't every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself. Would you kindly do your weaver thing and help me down?
Meeting Catfish marks the true beginning of Hazel's journey. All of Hazel's arsenal and powers are designed around textile crafting and traditional spinning wheels. Her weapons include a spindle, 2 weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns.
To the people in chat being dubious that they're digging out all the women at the studio to put in this, I would rather they dug out all the women in the studio to speak in this.
On a journey.
As her journey unfolds,
that tells me
Hazel
there's
will
enough
master
women and they're
new
willing to
weaving
let those women,
using them to traverse the world,
be a face of the game.
conjure
That's better than a
objects,
lot of studios.
and confront
I'll take the win.
Combat is about understanding and adapting to different enemy archetypes known as Aints, the manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
They recognize
These
the
trap Hazel in combat
optics battle
until
they
she
need
unravels them,
to win.
destroying them in the process.
Each Ain't has its own unique moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example, the slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes from afar, while the Ravager closes the distance.
I do like a lot of these creature
can counter these
designs.
threats with agile melee abilities to execute powerful combos.
And I like the way they're doing
Jump
very
attacks,
heavy hit stun on
and charge
enemies.
attacks.
Like,
But
enemies
close
that you've
combat
hit
is
with an
risky
attack
and
are
can
sort of like
backfire,
almost
because
posing
Aints have
in
powerful
the
defensive abilities. Mastering your
freezing
magical
in the
skills
pose of
become
how
the
you
key
hit
to
them
gaining the upper
in a
hand
satisfying
combat.
way.
Push, pull, and weave are some of the spells at your disposal that give you a tactical advantage during a fight. Timing is everything. Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos, push them back to interrupt and stun their attack. Then press the advantage with follow-up strikes.
Oh, I would
Spells
never look at the
interact
actual
uniquely
Xbox
with
chat
each
during
enemy
this.
type, creating dynamic combat scenarios, especially when facing multiple types of opponents at the same time. Once near death, enemies can be unraveled, breaking their core and setting them free of their corruption, which has the added benefit of providing health boosts and reducing ability cooldowns. If you play your combos right, you can enhance Hazel's combat readiness and keep on chaining her abilities.
Okay.
As Hazel progresses in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved abilities, and you'll have to decide which areas to prioritize. The upgrades will change how you approach combat, like enhancing area of effect attacks.
We Max says, why am I not surprised the Lordale chat is wholesome and unproblematic? I pride us on being a lovely little chilled corner for these.
Built around
I'm very
attacks,
proud of our little
landing
corner of
precise
the
strikes
internet
and
over here.
unraveling enemies.
We have no time for people doing
You can
bullshit.
see every place old Molly terrorized and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
In Hazel's search for her mother, you'll explore multiple regions, each ruled by a mythical creature with their own Southern Gothic history. You'll gradually uncover the backstories of these beings once
I
human
do
or animal
love that gentleman
were
with the roll
transformed
of
by
arcade
tragedy,
tickets.
their secrets waiting to be discovered. As a weaver, Hazel heals these creatures by collecting fragments of haunted memories. We call these echoes, which reveal each creature's past. Hazel must experience these echoes before she can mend them.
What kind of person would do that to someone?
We design each region to reflect the creature that's been doomed to wander it. From the atmospheric environment to unique music themes composed for each one. While not all encounters lead to direct combat, Hazel will need to face mythical creatures in epic confrontation before she can heal them. Our boss encounters and gameplay sequences also reflects the uniqueness of each
I'm
creature,
curious how many
with
of these
distinct
that are
mechanics
appearing in the
center
trailer are
around
things
a
that
specific
people can
combat.
look up and be
These
like, oh,
encounters
that's a
feature
real thing I
multiple
can read
phases
about.
that ramp up in
Hug and
complexity.
Molly, Two-Toed Tom.
As the encounters progress, the musical theme builds up, cranking the tension alongside the fight. Whether it's Two-Toed Tom or Hugging Molly, each of these larger-than-life creatures
Music that
is
builds up as
inspired
the boss
by
fight
Southern
intensifies,
folklore
I'm a
and
real
linked to
sucker
climactic
for.
battles.
We got a long journey ahead.
South of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Southern-inspired landscapes. From abysmal swamps,
I love a lot of the
flooded
architecture
farmlands,
design of these levels.
to the Appalachian peaks. In our magical South, decaying buildings reclaimed by nature stand moments away from a hungry Rugal. And as Hazel delves deeper, reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
Yes, Southern Gothic
The history, landscape,
is
and
always
folklore
going to
of
be
the
tied
American
in
Deep South
with
fill our world, and our
you know,
team has infused the game
historical
with thoughtful
elements.
details and environmental storytelling, like our bottle trees and haint blue porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits. The way to the past emerges as central themes, which you can see through old abandoned buildings and businesses struggling to survive. As you explore, you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in the face of a hurricane.
So I'm the last person left here. All those damn haints. This part of the river's filthy with them.
Artistically, we're staying true to our moody compulsion signature style. But this time, we're using a handcrafted approach inspired by stop-motion animation, which allows our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every prop and character. Because this folklore is open to visual interpretation, We embrace the freedom to reimagine these creatures and their stories, to adapt how they look, and to craft our own version of a fantastical Deep South.
At Compulsion Games, we love to craft around.
Yeah,
central
Izzy, this is the stop motion
We're
one.
lucky to have talent across all our disciplines.
I am very
that collaborate to give
curious
South of Midnight such
if
a
they're
unique
gonna have a
personality.
toggle to toggle
We
that
hope you
off.
enjoyed this deep dive into
Because
South
I
of
know
Midnight.
it is.
We're thrilled to announce that the game will
Ooh.
launch on April 8th, and pre-orders are
Ah, I got the
available
month
on
wrong. I
Xbox
guessed
and Steam.
March. I'm gonna give myself a half tick there. We guessed March. Okay, April's pretty close. April 8th. That's pretty good. Yeah, the stop motion thing is integral to its art style and its visual identity, but I know that it is being really divisive, and I am deeply curious if they're gonna go, we're not gonna advertise it, but there is an option to turn off the stop motion. Exactly, I was only a week off of guessing.
Bonjour, everyone.
I know there's people who
We
it
are
makes
Sunfall
motion sick.
Interactive,
I know there's
and
people who
welcome
it
to
just
our
unsettles as an art style. I will
We
be
are a
streaming
small
that start to
studio
finish when it
based
comes
in
out
Montpellier, France,
in
working on
April.
our
I'm
first
looking
game,
forward to doing
Clair
so.
Obscur Expedition 33.
Oh, Expedition 33 and
It's a
Clair
turn-based
Obscur are
RPG
the same
set
thing.
in
Okay,
fantasy
that
version
explains
of
my
late
confusion
19th
earlier.
century Belle Époque
I said
France.
Expedition 33 is going to be in this presentation,
Our
and
grand
someone in chat said
adventure
no,
in game
Clair
development
Obscur.
actually started as a solo passion project.
They're the
I
same
wanted
thing.
to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved, but that fully leveraged the latest tech, refresh the genre with new features.
Okay, I
and
guessed
took place
Clair
in a
Obscur for
compelling
April,
world.
and that doesn't seem
I
likely
knew I needed
now.
help to realize my dream. First, I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
Guillaume and I started trading ideas right away,
So French
and that quickly
RPG.
turned into trading files back and forth. Soon, I was creating the first prototypes of the reactive turn-based system, combining real-time offense and defense element, and a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked when we tested the first version of those features. We felt we had something both challenging and fun.
As Tom and I went back and forth and iterated on game elements, a vision started to come
Is it?
together.
Oh, is Clair
And I shared it
Obscur
with an
on
old
your
friend from
fantasy
university.
bingo? Is he?
Guillaume and I are
I
both
fully
passionate
believe
gamers,
anything
and
being
when he
shown
described
today
the
is in
project,
the first 6
I
months of the
quit
year.
my
I
job
think
the
I think
following
everything
week
being shown
and
today
joined
is
the team
probably before
without
June.
hesitation. Because I believe that in video games, success always starts with a strong creative vision. And we had that
I think-
defined by 3 core elements.
I don't think they're showing anything that's going to release
A
after
story
the
with
June
great emotional depth.
Summer Games Fest.
Gameplay
window.
that innovates on the classics we love.
This does look pretty
and a world
stylish.
that is completely original, beautiful, and
Is this
immersive.
Xbox exclusive
We
or is this
founded Sunfall
multi-platform?
Interactive on these tenets. A group of friends with a shared vision and the drive to make
Oh,
something
I mean, yeah,
great.
Ninja Gaiden was fall. Doom,
This too
the
is
leaked release
your
date
legacy.
seems to be May 15th.
Core to every great RPG is a compelling story.
But to be clear,
and Guillaume
the
and I
three things
spent
that
4
we've
years
seen
intensively
before that had
developing and
logos
refining
on the title
and that
screens of the
started with
video,
the
I
hook.
think those are all in the first 6 months of the year.
67 years ago, a massive slumbering paintress and a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith.
The BT,
And everyone who has passed that age is
Ask
erased.
me during
Every year
a
that
standard
number ticks
Monday,
down,
Wednesday, Friday stream,
everyone
and I'm
dies
happy to
younger
invite you to the
and younger.
Discord.
Expeditions
However,
depart
we've
to
already
kill the
done the
paintress,
draft for
determined
this
to
year
fight
for
until
the
their
for the
final
game
breath,
prediction
but
thing.
none have ever returned. Our story
You're welcome to
follows
take part in next year's one.
Expedition 33.
I had like a week and a half of window in the Discord where I was like taking any people who were signing up, and at some point we had to do the draft and get it going.
We
So.
honor your dedication.
But if people enjoy it, I fully encourage
didn't want
people to
focus
start
on
their
good
own,
versus evil.
get their own
What's
fantasy
interesting
critics
to
going
us are people
alongside it.
who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I'm sorry about earlier.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature, with adult characters who feel like real people with real experiences.
I'm always missing something that everyone else just gets.
The heart of the story
Ah,
is about
autistic child, I
overcoming
see.
an existential threat while struggling with loss and grief.
I like
And
that we're
it's
getting
rooted in the
more
characters' relationships,
more
both to each
RPGs
other and to
with
themselves.
characters who feel
What
like
are we gonna do,
adults.
Tell me, what are we gonna do?
Who aren't
In
like
a world like this,
so
how
many
does
of
one
them.
stay hopeful
It's
or make
teenager
peace with
through
their
maybe
fate?
25
What
at the
duty
oldest.
do we owe to each other or to ourselves?
I appreciate
These
some
questions are deeply
non-teens
personal
in
to
my
me,
games.
and they permeate the story behind the story.
Know that Lumiere fights with you. Tomorrow comes Expedition 33.
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition.
Honestly, I would
even
play
if
the
they
hell
fight
out of an
together.
RPG about
To them,
grandmas.
The mission is tied not only to their family, it's central to their identity and purpose.
Show me a bunch of women in their 70s going off to save the world.
You
know that.
It did seem a bit gay,
Contrast
those
that
two
with
women
Sia,
looking at each other.
whose darkest days have already
I could
happened.
believe some gays coming.
What are the stars whispering to you? Actually,
Right, Izzy? This is very in-depth.
one
I
whispering
reckon
to
this is like
them.
no more than like 3-4
it's
months
something
away.
my dad and I used to do.
I think June at the
Maëlle,
latest.
who cares more about really living her life, not just living longer.
Gustav, are you real?
It's not all dark, though. Along the way, they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully playable character. He has a really cool battle mechanic where he can turn into the enemies he defeats.
A faceless, bloodthirsty philosopher.
Foot! Aha!
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is
Oh,
a
this
Death
is
Call, which are a
fun.
group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation. They're fun and sort of ridiculous. You'll meet Monoko and many other Jestrals across the game.
Oh, I like him. I like that thing.
And of course, there is Esquier, who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the
Sora
most
streamer
powerful
doing a
creatures in the
grandma's
universe.
only run of Watch Dogs 3. Hell yeah.
He will be your mount and help you travel to secret corners of the world.
Well, Mount is just a
Bring him back his special
chubby little
stones.
guy.
You can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world and find exciting secrets.
I don't mind my RPGs having
Everyone
teenagers,
has their
I just
own reason
like a bit of
for
variety in
joining
my
the expedition,
games.
and each of them has their own story arc and resolution that we think players will really connect with.
I like when games are about...
In addition to
I
a
like
strong
when games
narrative,
don't just
we have the
imply
clear
that
vision
like
for our own
20,
take on the
23
genre
is
score
the
gameplay.
oldest
Our
you
reactive turn-based
can
system
save
takes
the world,
traditional turn-based
after which
battle
you just
mechanics we
decide
love
character,
and adds a
you know?
real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism. During enemy turns, you can negate
This
all
is...
damage by
There's some
dodging
very
or
Atlas
firing
elements
at the
of the
right time.
UI during battle that I'm enjoying.
The balancing turn-based with
No idea if
real-time
this is
mechanics took
Xbox
a long
exclusive or
time
not,
to get
we'll
right. During initial playtests, turn-based players often found the real-time elements too hard. Some of us are still traumatized by enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that we're proud of. Players who are good
Yeah,
at real
honestly,
time
this
can
has been a
take more
pretty good,
risks,
developer
and
direct
others
so
can
far.
counterbalance with items and strategies. A big part of that
It's
formula
been largely
lies in the
focused on
many
just
ways you can
good
customize your character.
gameplay of interesting games and
We spend a
good
lot of
conversation
time
about them.
designing
It's
each
been
character's
good.
unique mechanics and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy is making every type of
Okay, man, I want to be clear. Like, I think there is a play. Like, I'm not complaining
Each
that
character has
Persona's
a
about
unique mechanic.
teenagers or
Nice
like,
switches
oh, this should be
between
different.
stances
I'm
which
just
can
saying,
ultimately boost defense or
it's
power.
like I
personally
cannot
like
name
to
for
make
you
man the
5
protector of the group, but I'm pretty
RPGs
much the only one at
where
the
the
studio
main
who
cast
plays
of
it that way.
characters is
Most
like
people
in
play
their
her
30s
as
or
a
above.
glass cannon
I don't think I can
with
name 5 of
Gustav's
those.
complementary
I would like to
skills.
see some more of them
The characters can
added
also
into the
equip
mix.
hundreds
You
of
know?
passive effects,
And that's
which
that
in our
that is
game
all
are
I am
called
saying.
Lumina. Every character has more than 20
I hope they have
unique
accessibility
skills in
options
the
to
skill
just
tree
disable the
and
real-time bits
hundreds
and
of
make it
passive
purely
effects.
turn-based.
They
Saint
can gain
Nobody,
through Lumina
when they were
and
talking about like, oh, some of
So
the
there are
turn-based
tons
people
of
were
builds and
struggling,
playstyles
that's
to
what I was
explore.
thinking. I was like,
Needless
oh, you're
to
about
say,
to announce
we
you can
can't
turn
wait
off the
to see
real-time
how you
element.
choose to play
And then they didn't
and what
announce
kinds of
that. I
builds
was
you
like, oh,
design
you just
that we
rebalanced
probably
it.
never even imagined.
Give me accessibility settings to turn off the real-time stuff, please. Well, Twilight Princess, is that just because, like me, you're getting old, Laura? No, it's
Our
just...
story is set in the
I
French
think games
fantasy
are more
world,
interesting
and
when
I
they're
was
not always
really
about the same
excited to design
demographic.
something unique.
It's not about wanting games about the
Every
demographic
level
I
has
am.
its own color
If
and
it
its
were,
own
I wouldn't
identity.
be rooting
example, the Gestrel Village is an
80-year-old
early area
ladies
in the game where
RPG.
players can enjoy a fun break.
I want to
We wanted
experience
something that
stories
feels
about
chaotic,
characters that
grungy, and
aren't who I
toy-like.
usually see being the hero of
It's
the
basically
story.
a bazaar.
To
Everything's
me, that is the most
disorganized, chaos everywhere,
interesting
huts are unsafe,
future for
built without much
games,
thought.
is
It's a place where anyone could
things
fight
I
you at
know,
any
but
point,
from different
which
perspectives
is
I
pretty much
haven't
what the
seen.
Gestrels are like.
The Jestro village is hidden inside the ancient sanctuary. The ideas here were forest, labyrinth, and
Yeah,
sentinels. I designed it as
like a
vibrant
dragon,
place, like an old
like a
graveyard of
dragon and
Jestrels,
infinite wealth. I
forgotten
would say is
wooden clothes
great.
in a box.
That
With
is
two
a
main
cast
colors,
of characters
red and
who
white.
feel like they're adults.
I wanted to make it feel cozy,
nice.
hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths.
Oh,
in
Kelly,
case
ask
enemies
me
get
on
in.
like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday stream. I will
Same
tell
process
you
with the characters.
at
The novel
length
came
my
in a
ideas
single
for an
concept.
80-year-old lady
I thought of a
RPG.
monkey-like body, white fur with a black and red flat mask.
Ladies, could I?
Ow!
Definitely a Jestro.
For Escape, we needed
Oh,
a
yeah,
cuddly
you'll
companion
often
to
have, like,
take us
one
around the world.
character. What I
Thought
mean is,
instantly
like,
of a giant inflatable balloon and old
a group
Victorian
of
pillows
people
with
who are
many
adults
intricate motifs. We start with the core themes and ideas,
will
and the visuals
inevitably
grow organically from there.
have different perspectives and experiences on
From
an
the very start of the
adventure than a
project,
group of
there was one thing
teens or
we
kids will.
absolutely wanted to bring back from older JRPGs. A feature we really loved, but is very rare these days. A completely 3D and navigable world map. Yes, we've got a world map.
Yes, we've got a world map.
And it was a real challenge to create, both artistically and technically.
Sure.
And it ended up a lot bigger than we expected. You'll definitely need SPZ help traveling around.
Is that a rare thing for games
We're
to
super
have at
happy
this
with the
point?
result,
A
though,
world map?
As there's a lot of side paths.
He
and
was just
entire
so
hidden
excited
levels.
to tell us.
If you want to fight the top
We've got a
bosses
map.
of the game, you will have to.
We've got a
explore.
map.
Good luck.
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years. That's why we're delighted
I
to
mean,
announce
does he mean
that
like a
Expedition
zoomed
33
zoomed
launches on
out
April
old retro
24
style
on
traversable
Xbox Series
overworld?
X and S and is
Like,
available day
is
one
that
with
what he
Xbox Game
specifically
Pass.
means?
You can
Like
already
something
receive
that
the
you're
game
traversing
and
like
follow
with
us
your
for more
airship in
info.
FF6.
We are super
And
excited.
I'm like, I
to
guess
invite you
that's
into
not
the world
really
of
a thing
Expedition 33.
anymore, but like,
We are a small, passionate team. It's our debut
because
game,
it's not
and we can't wait for you to
really
discover our
necessary
story,
to have this
our world,
kind
and our
of
take on the
pointless
Foundation.
traverse between the actually interesting
On behalf
areas.
of everyone at Sunfall, thank you
That's
for
what he
joining
means.
us.
Yeah,
Tomorrow comes.
Demain
that's
viendra.
not really a feature to me. That's
Demain
we
viendra.
couldn't make the game
viendra.
cohesive, so we
Tomorrow
needed
comes.
just like a we're traveling between places screen. Maybe, I don't know. It's been going for 37 minutes. Ninja Gaiden 4's happening. Ninja Gaiden Black's getting a remake that's out today. South of Midnight's coming out in April the 8th. Sorry, did they just give a release date for April 24th?
Hello.
Cool, and it's
and
coming to
welcome
PS5.
Dallas,
Okay.
Texas,
Oh,
home
we were
of
correct
id
about
Software.
April for Claire
More
Obscura.
than 30 years ago, a small team
Told you
of
it'd be in
game
the first 6
developers
months.
helped define and set a course for first-person shooters.
Okay, Doom is
A lot's
here. It's gonna
changed
be
since
the
then, but our
15th.
team
It's gonna be
is as
the May
passionate as ever.
15th.
And the most important values at the core of our
I
games,
think we might get.
innovation,
I think we might get a little
craftsmanship, and
teaser of something
performance
else.
remain a
I think we
priority
might.
for us to this day.
I'm putting the bets
And
on
as
the
you're
other thing
about
we
to
get
see,
is Final
those
Fantasy
values
VII
are infused
remake
in
is
every
finally
aspect
coming.
of this latest
Like,
installment
I think we
in
get
the
a tiny
legendary
little
Doom
bit of
franchise.
here's some quick
It is an
fire
honor
third-party
to work on this
things.
game, to carry on its tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun. So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom:
Avowed hasn't
The
been
Dark
shown yet, but I
Ages.
don't think it's gonna be.
I mouthed the words.
I don't. My gut says Avowed's not being shown today. I think if Avowed's already announced. I think if Avowed was going to be shown, I think they'd have put it on their thumbnail. I think they'd have said it was being shown.
In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will feel like the
Oh yeah, that was mech
superweapon in the
gameplay.
center of a medieval war
There's
against hell.
dragons and mechs and shit in this
Set
Doom
in a
game. It looks
cinematic
fucking
sci-fi
awesome.
fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016. And that's
Are any
given
of
us
these
the
exclusive to
opportunity
Xbox?
reimagine every aspect of this
South of
experience.
Midnight hasn't been
So if
announced
you're
for
new to the
PlayStation
franchise,
yet, has
then
it?
Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect
I think that only
entry
showed
point into the
Xbox and
series.
PC.
And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really
You've got a
returned to
shield
form.
that's a chainsaw now.
So let's
I'm
break it
very
down,
into
starting
that.
with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet,
Right now,
Doom
this
The
has
Dark
only been
Ages,
announced
you'll
for
be an iron
Xbox, but
tank.
there are rumors it's coming
Heavy,
to PlayStation
strong,
as well.
but still fast. A grounded
There are rumors
combat
it's coming to
system with
fucking
an
Switch too as
emphasis
well,
on
which I
power
would
over
fucking
the
love to see.
acrobatics of Doom Eternal. And a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again. Just like in the classic Doom game.
You building a
But
gunpla
it's
on
not all
stream
about
when one of these
nostalgia.
was on once
Innovation
got me
is
into
the goal,
gunpla.
always. And so for Doom the Dark
When did I
Ages,
do?
it's
When
an
did I build
all-new
gunpla
world
on stream
with
during
new
one of these?
tools and new mechanics to master.
I'm not saying I didn't do it. I definitely do build gunpla, but like, it must have been a while ago. Because for a while I've had a thing in my head of I don't build gunpla on stream because I want that to be a hobby that I haven't monetized into work.
Tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we want
I want it to be
every
something
Doom
I can
game
do
to
that
stand
doesn't
on
feel
its
like
own
work.
as a unique experience. So in 2016, we asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom
It
the
might
Dark
well have been
Ages,
early
you gotta
COVID, honestly.
stand
It was a
and
weird time. I was probably settling into working out what I was doing.
And the shield saw will give you the strength.
One of
to
the
go
really
head
long
to
late
head
night
with some
ones.
of the
Oh, it
biggest,
might have been during like
baddest demons we've ever
fucking
created in
PC
it.
gaming show or something. I could believe it.
But that's not all. Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail?
Oh.
Or maybe an electrified gauntlet? Or even a doom spiked mace? That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee system. All on one input, complete with combos and upgrades. And it's totally awesome. And you can
Honestly, I'm kind of into blocking in my first-person shooter. I like these big glowing, you did a parry, now you can do a melee kill circle. It's really obvious visual signposting, and I like that.
You'll feel unstoppable.
Oh, the head
smashing your
icon
way
down the
through
bottom.
board with total freedom. And
Just
that
a little
seems
head
like a
going.
ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet. The trigger.
Yeah, you did get quite a way into this without showing any gunfire.
That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns. And Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created.
Oh, lightning arcing between enemies. Oh, I'm a sucker for that.
Mean. Ancient. Brutal torture machines built to butcher, impale, and shred the minions of hell. Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield.
I'm a real
So let's
sucker for
take
the
a look at
power
some
fantasy
extended
shit that
gameplay
Doom does.
footage and
Like,
see how these
modern
medieval mechanics
Doom
synergize with the enemies
does
and the environments to
like
form the new combat
wild
loop for
power
Doom the Dark
fantasy
Ages.
better than a lot of contemporaries. They really don't need to show me any of this for me to be excited about it. I'm like, it's Doom but medieval, and there's dragons and mechs and cool glowing laser effects. Yeah, none of this is
Under the hood,
none of this is registering anything other than
we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before. With a
Cool.
new difficulty system and sliders that will allow
Ooh.
players to tune the speed
Okay,
and
proper
challenge of the game
tweakable
to
sliders for
whatever fits
difficulty.
them best.
I like
you
that.
can slow things down or speed them up.
Yeah, what do we got? Damage
It's
to
a
player,
Doom
damage
for
to
all
enemies.
And the gameplay doesn't
Yeah.
end with just the
Okay.
slide.
Configurable parry,
We
yeah.
finally have for you, you've been waiting for 2 games now, to get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlan, which is a mech. It's the size of a
30-story mech.
powerful, and you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists. And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon. Neither of these are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The Power Fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat system
This is what I want. I want anime nonsense. I don't want it to make sense. I want it to be the rule of cool.
All that is. We know that fans of single-player action games expect more than just great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom: The Dark Ages. Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond.
Panzer
And through
Dragoon!
exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut,
that'll be a good progression system.
and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction.
This is way more
Explore the
people
medieval
than I
battlefield
expect
outside
to,
the castle
to,
walls.
to be around in
Seeing
a
how
Doom.
targets and enemy
I don't
formations
expect to be
along
like
the way
walking through a
to
city
engage
full of
as you
people just
see
like, oh
fit.
hello,
With
it's
any
me,
gun
the
you
Doom
choose.
guy.
Explore what is the largest play space ever in a Doom game, discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources. You control the pace of the game. Where you go, who you fight, and the objectives you pursue. It's a Doom sandbox full of war and
Doom
riches.
sandbox. I thought he was about to say a Doom sandwich,
Once
and
you've
I don't know
broken the enemy
why.
assault, head back to the main
Why I
gates,
thought that.
because the battle isn't over yet.
There's points in this where it's looking like a fucking Halo map with all the fucking ODST soldiers running around. Yeah, it's looking way more like open and exploratory and more
And the soundtrack to your epic adventures
in
will be
real-time plot
composed by
shit
the
going on.
award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded
I
with
wouldn't be
guitars,
highlighting the
medieval
music
vibes, and pure adrenaline.
if I were you.
You'll feel like
Because
you're
that just leads people to
expanding
think about the fact
legend
that
of the Slayer with every
Mick What's-His-Face
mission you
isn't
complete.
coming back.
And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom: The Dark Ages, like everything
I'd have
else
just
in the
let people
game,
hear the music and go, it
big.
sounds cool. I wouldn't have drawn attention
It's
to
a
the
summer
fact it's not Mick.
blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the
Mick
star of
Gordon,
the show.
that's it.
Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good
Yeah, this
and
is a whole
evil
bunch of
is
like
shifting,
cutscenes of
and
him
time
having
is running
conversations
out.
with people.
It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes.
This is what I mean.
Featuring
It's
new
not
characters,
all
old
just
allies, and
fucking
powerful
read
new
menu
villains.
text to story.
And for
There's
returning players, it
it's a
leads
plot
directly
involving
into the Doom
characters.
2016 Slayer's Testament. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
And you know what? I like that. I'm here for it.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience that's as fun to play as it was to make. And
I
make
mean,
something
Twilight Prince, we
that's
have
good enough
tuned
to
into
become the best
the
game id has
Xbox
ever
that
made.
spends 10 minutes
But
per
that
game
is for you to
showing and
decide.
talking about games
Doom:
show.
The Dark Ages releases.
Every game so far in this showcase has had 10 to 15 minutes of, here is the game. Okay, it is coming to PS5, May 15th is true. Yeah, cool. Now to see, do we have more? A little more? Yeah, Twilight Prince, that's just the format of this showcase. They call it Developer Direct because they spend like 10 minutes chatting to the devs. That is for about 2 years being the
Feel like
format of this
superweapon in the
showcase.
center of a medieval war against hell.
All of Hazel's
And it's
hours
usually
are
for stuff
designed
that's
around
like
textile
pretty
crafting
close to
and
release, so it's like,
spinning
hey, we can talk
wheels.
about
The
it because it's like an
combat
actual
system is
finished game,
wrist-wrenching
not
attacks
just...
and unraveling enemies.
This is like your big, your one big blowout before
Real-time
release for some of
reaction
these.
gives combat greater intensity.
Ninja Gaiden might be the one more thing. I saw... So like Ninja Gaiden seemed solid, but I saw a bunch of rumbling about Final Fantasy. I really thought we'd see that today. Yeah, I guess this is it. I don't think we're getting a one more thing. I think if we were going to get a one more thing, it would have been before. We did get a sizzle reel. So across sizzle reel. Yeah, sounds ended, so I guess that's it. Well, there we go. In terms of bingo card, we completely... we should have gone for the 3x3. Doom, Sizzle Reel, Claire Obscura in April, Ninja Gaiden were all correct. We were slightly wrong on the month for South of Midnight. No Silk... yeah, I guess no Silk Song and no Stardew. I guess we can have those. We put no something for a few of them. Yeah, I thought that was a decent one. Look, I'm excited for Doom. I'm excited for Expedition 30. Honestly, all of these looked pretty good. You showed me 4 games that I went, yeah, I'll probably play that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that there for today because I've got to go. I gotta go finish up and have my dinner before my lovely wife Jane is going to be streaming. If you're looking for someone to watch on stream tonight, if you enjoy my streams, you'll probably enjoy Jane's. She is Janiac on Twitch. I've put her name in the the various chats. Or actually, I've put it in the Twitch chat. Let me put it in both chats. If you go check her out on Twitch, she'll be streaming probably in about a little over an hour from now. If you want someone to watch on a Thursday night, I recommend her streams. Have a good evening, everyone. I'm gonna go have some dinner. I'll be back probably doing Babysitting Mama speedrun streams tomorrow night.